The thought of buying your first home might feel exciting, but also a little overwhelming because, let's be honest, this is probably the biggest financial purchase you will ever make in your life. Today, I want to break down the 10 essential steps of buying a home in the Dayton, Ohio area. These come directly from my personal experience helping buyers right here in the Miami Valley walk through this process from start to finish. So grab a notebook, cup of coffee. I've got a longer one for you today, but I promise it's worth it because by the end of this video, you're going to have a clear picture of exactly what the home buying process looks like here in Dayton. So let's get into it. Step number 1, plan your finances. The first step to buying a home is getting your finances in order. I break this down into 3 categories: savings, income, and credit score. Savings. When I talk about savings, I mean money that is set aside specifically for your down payment and closing costs. There are loan options that range from 0 down all the way up to 20% or more, depending on the loan type and your situation. As a benchmark, let's plan for a 3.5% down payment, which is the minimum for an FHA loan, one of the most popular options for first-time buyers. But here's what a lot of people miss. Your down payment is not your only upfront cost. You also have closing costs. Those are the fees that are associated with getting your loan and completing the purchase. This will cover things like title work, your lender fees, prepaid homeowners insurance. That's 1 year of homeowners insurance that you have to pay up front, and prepaid interest. Budget an additional 3% for closing costs. So as a practical benchmark, plan to save roughly 6.5% to 7% of your purchase price to cover both. In the Dayton market, where median home prices are more affordable than many other metros, this is genuinely achievable. A $200,000 home, for example, means saving roughly $13,000 to $14,000 total. That's a real number with a real plan behind it. Now, I do want to mention something specific to Ohio buyers. The Ohio Financing Agency, or OFA, offers down payment assistance programs and grants specifically for first-time home buyers in this state. Programs like Your Choice Down Payment Assistance can provide either 2.5% or 5% of the home's purchase price to help cover your down payment or closing costs. There are also programs like Grants for Grads, which is specifically for recent college graduates buying in Ohio. These programs are worth exploring, but I still recommend building your own savings foundation. The more of your own money you bring to the table, the better position you'll be in. Income. Lenders want to see a steady, documented 2-year work history. That does not mean you have to have been on the same job for 2 years. It just means they want to see consistent income coming in with no major unexplained gaps. If you recently changed jobs, but you're within the same field, that typically counts. If you went through a trade program or apprenticeship before starting your current job, that can also be factored in as well. Your credit score. A good benchmark is 620 or higher. That's generally the floor for most loan programs, but if you really want to set yourself up well, aim for 740 or above. That's going to unlock more loan options and significantly more competitive interest rates. For any co-borrowers or spouses on the loan, their credit score matters too. Lenders typically use the lower middle score of all borrowers. If your credit needs work, now's the time to start. Pay down revolving balances, avoid opening new credit accounts, and make sure there are no errors on your report. A few months of focused effort can make a meaningful difference. Step 2, hire a realtor. Once you feel good about your financial foundation, it's time to hire a buyer's agent. And this step matters more than people realize. When you buy a home, the seller already has an agent whose job is to represent the seller's best interest and negotiate in their favor. The agent is not working for you. Going into that situation without your own representation is like showing up to a negotiation without a lawyer while the other side still has one. A buyer's agent represents you and only you. My job is to guide you through the process, help you evaluate homes, write a strong offer, negotiate on your behalf, and make sure you're protected through every step. In most cases, hiring a buyer's agent costs you nothing out of pocket. Sellers typically, not always, agree to pay the agent commissions when they list their home. That said, since changes in how agent compensation works rolled out in 2024, it's important to have an honest conversation with your agent upfront about how their commission is handled, especially if you're ever looking at a for sale by owner property where that may not apply. Agents, myself included, will ask you to sign a buyer agency agreement before we start. This simply formalizes our working relationship. It spells out that I'm representing you, and it outlines my commission and confirms that we're committed to working together. It protects both of us, and it means I can give you my full attention and loyalty throughout the process. When you're looking for an agent in the Dayton area, find someone who knows the local market, who can tell you the difference between Centerville, Kettering, Oakwood, Beaver Creek, and Springboro, not just from a map, but from real experience. And find someone who is comfortable working with first-time buyers, because the process has nuances that require more explanation and patience than a repeat buyer might need. Step 3, get pre-approved for a loan. Once you have your agent, your next step is getting pre-approved. This is not the same as a pre-qualification. Pre-approval is a more thorough review of your finances and carries much more weight with sellers. Most lenders offer a full range of loan types under one roof: conventional, FHA, VA, and USDA. You do not need to go to different lenders for different loan types. Here in the Dayton area, USDA loans are worth a conversation if you're open to certain areas. USDA loans offer zero down financing for homes in eligible rural and semi-rural areas. And you might be surprised how many communities in the greater Dayton metro area qualify, including parts of Warren County, Miami County, and even some areas of Greene County. VA loans are also a major factor in this market given Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. If you are active duty, a veteran, or a qualifying surviving spouse, a VA loan offers zero down payment and no private mortgage insurance. It's one of the best loan products available to anyone. Where to find a lender? We'll start by asking your realtor. Agents can't legally receive a referral fee for recommending a lender. So when an agent gives you a name, it's because they've seen that lender perform. Local lenders and local credit unions often provide a smoother experience than a larger online lenders. They're easier to reach, they know the local market, and they care about their reputation in the community. That said, shop around. Get quotes from at least 2 or 3 lenders when you apply within a 45-day window. All those credit inquiries are grouped together and they count as just one hard pull on your credit. Compare the interest rate and the fees. Both matter, and the difference over 30 years is real money. When you apply, have these documents ready. You're going to need 1 month of recent pay stubs, 2 years of tax returns, 2 years of W-2s or 1099s, and 2 of your most recent months of bank statements. Step 4, start house hunting. Now the fun part. But before you start scrolling Zillow at midnight, do yourself a favor and make a needs versus wants list. Think about how many bedrooms do you actually need now and in the next 5 years? How many cars do you have? Do you need a garage? How important is a school district? In the Dayton area, can matter a lot for a resale, even if you don't have kids yet. Do you want a yard? How much maintenance are you willing to take on? How important is commute time to Wright-Pat, to downtown, to the hospital corridor? Is a basement important to you? In Ohio, basements are common and provide real value. Share this list with your agent. The more clearly we understand your priorities, the faster and more effectively we can find the right home. One strong piece of advice. If you feel the urge to just look at everything before you get serious, go to some open houses on your own time before you're actively in the process. Once you're pre-approved and actively searching, every showing should be purposeful. This isn't house hunters. This is the biggest financial decision of your life. So be strategic. Step 5, make an offer. When you find the right home, don't wait. Even in a more stable market, good homes in Dayton's desirable corridors like Centerville, Beaver Creek, Oakwood, Springboro can attract multiple offers quickly. Going home to sleep on it can mean losing the house by morning. When it's time to write an offer, your agent will walk you through all the terms, purchase price, earnest money, closing date, contingencies, and any seller concessions that you want to request, like asking the seller to contribute to your closing costs, which is becoming more common in this market. Once your offer is submitted, the seller typically has 24 hours to respond, and they have 3 options. Number 1, accept. Your terms are agreed to and you're under contract. Number 2, they can reject it, just pass entirely, but you can still submit a new offer. Or number 3, a counter. They modify some of the terms. You can accept, reject, or counter back. Most transactions involve some back and forth, so don't take any of it personally. It's all negotiation. Number 6, due diligence and inspections. Once you're under contract, you enter your due diligence period. In Ohio, this window is negotiated as part of your contract, typically 10 to 15 days through, though it can vary. This is your time to get the home inspected to make sure you know exactly what you're buying. The general home inspection is typically your only out-of-pocket cost during this process. In the Dayton market, expect to pay anywhere from $350 up to $700, depending on the size of the home. Your inspector will go through the entire property: roof, attic, crawl space or basement, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, and they'll give you a detailed report. There's no pass or fail. Think of it as a full report card on the property's health. Some items might be minor and some might be significant. Here in the Dayton market, I'd also pay close attention to older HVAC systems, especially in the older post-war homes. Basement waterproofing. Ohio basements take on water. Know what you're dealing with. In radon testing, Ohio has elevated radon levels statewide, and the Dayton area is no exception. I strongly recommend adding a radon test to every inspection. It typically costs $100 to $200 and can be done at the same time as your general inspection. This is also the time to get homeowners insurance quotes. Your lender will require coverage before closing. Get at least 2 or 3 quotes. Some properties, particularly older homes or homes in certain flood zones near the Great Miami River, may have higher premiums. So knowing this number early really does matter. Number 7, negotiate the repairs. At the end of your due diligence period, you'll review your inspection report and decide how you want to proceed. Unless you wrote an as-is contract, you have the right to request repairs from the seller. My approach with clients is straightforward. Focus the repair requests on the items that are not functioning as intended. Things that are broken, unsafe, or not operating properly, those are the warranted asks. Cosmetic preferences or normal wear and tear generally are not. The seller has the same 3 options as before: accept your list, reject it, or counter. Most reasonable sellers, typically in a market like Dayton, where both parties usually have skin in the game, will work through this reasonably. If repairs are agreed to, ask for written receipts and documentation that the work was completed by licensed contractors. Have your agent build that request into the contract language from the start. It's much easier than chasing it down later. Step 8, the appraisal. The appraisal is ordered by your lender. You don't choose the appraiser. The lender sends an independent appraiser to give their professional opinion of the home's value. This protects the bank. They are not going to loan you more money than the home is worth in their appraiser's opinion. There are 3 possible outcomes here. 1, it appraises at the contract price. You're good to go. 2, it appraises above the contract price. Great news, you have built-in equity. Or number 3, it appraises below the contract price, and this will require renegotiation. The seller will typically need to lower their price to the appraised value, or you can make up the difference in cash, or in some cases, the deal just falls apart. Most sellers in this situation will renegotiate rather than lose the deal. One Ohio-specific note: if you're using VA or FHA, those appraisers for those loan types have a special health and safety standards that the property must meet. The home needs to be in livable condition, functioning utilities, no open drywall, floor coverings in place, handrails on stairs, working appliances like a stove. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be habitable. If the appraiser flags items, those will need to be corrected before closing, and the appraiser will return to verify. Step 9, final walkthrough. Your final walkthrough typically happens 24 to 48 hours before closing. This is your last look at the property before it becomes yours. You're checking 2 things. Is the home still in the same condition as it was when it went under contract? No new damage, nothing removed that was supposed to stay. Number 2, have the negotiated repairs been completed? Ask for receipts or consider having your home inspector return for a reinspection. Most will do this at a discounted rate, usually $100 to $150. If something is off at the final walkthrough, speak up before you sit down at that closing table. Once you close, the home is yours, and so are any problems. Around this same time, your lender will issue you a clear to close, meaning the loan is approved and everything is ready. 3 days before closing, you'll receive your closing disclosure, which spells out your final loan numbers, interest rate, loan amount, and most importantly, your cash to close, the exact dollar amount you need to bring to the closing table. Review it carefully. Nothing should be surprising at this point, but make sure the numbers match what you were expecting. Step 10, closing day. In Ohio, most closings happen at the buyer's agent's office. You'll typically be there for about 30 to 45 minutes as a buyer. Your lender and your agent will usually be present or available by phone. What you need to bring: your photo ID. Do not forget this. Your cashier's check made out to the title company if you're not wiring funds. Do not bring a personal check. Do not show up with cash. If you're wiring your closing funds, make sure you do that a day or 2 in advance and confirm the wire instructions directly with the title company by phone. Wire fraud is real and it targets real estate transactions. All co-borrowers and spouses on the loan will need to be present to sign. You're going to sign the documents, ask any last-minute questions, and get your keys. You are now a homeowner. Start to finish, plan for 3 to 6 months to work through all of these steps comfortably. That timeline gives you space to save, get your finances in order, and work through the process without unnecessary stress, and make a decision you feel confident about. The Dayton market is genuinely one of the most buyer-friendly markets in the country right now when it comes to affordability and value. But that doesn't mean you should rush or skip steps. Do this right. If you're ready to get started and want to talk through where you are in this process, reach out. I help buyers all across the Miami Valley, and I would love to help you find your first home. And I will see you in the next one.